Dave and Darren in the morning. Yeah, it's real. Alternative Radio, Planet 93.9. So Brad Ruggles is a guy that we've known forever, you and I, Darren.
Yep.
And Brad is someone that I get to work with on the show Brood. He's a guy that comes and films and puts the show together. He's the guy behind the scenes.
I guess I didn't realize that.
Who makes it possible. Yeah.
Is that from like day one?
No, Brad's been with the team for a couple of years now.
Okay.
But he hasn't been there the whole time.
All right.
But he has been there a long time. And, you know, we go on these trips together. We're in the car all the time. And he never once mentioned that he had any involvement in this podcast. I get an email from Brad's people. His publicist is like, hey, they'd like to come on the show and talk about their podcast. I'm like,
he can't take care of this himself?
Well, I just thought, it's like you think you know somebody, and then it turns out Brad is like
it's
this.
Like living a secret life.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Brad is like this super big deal now. And we're thrilled to have both Brad on the show and his partner in crime on this project, Christina Shaver. They have come up with something now called, and they're launching this here, I think it'll be next week, a podcast called Brenda and Gabby's Absolutely Awesome Adventures in Aledo, Illinois. We have Christina Shaver and Brad Ruggles joining us here live on the Magic Screen. Good morning and welcome to the show, folks.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
Good morning, Dave and Darren.
I mean, Brad, you can understand my bewilderment when I find out that you have people. What sort of double life are you living, man?
Yeah, look at us.
Well, maybe you don't know about this because it hasn't launched yet.
That's true. So this is a scripted comedy podcast.
What does that mean?
Yeah, help us understand what that is.
Would you like me to? Oh, go ahead, Christina.
You can go ahead. No, go ahead, Brad. You first. You're the one that you're the one that conceived of this and wrote it all up. So you deserve to.
Well,
tell us.
You're familiar with the movie Everything Fun You Could Possibly Do in Aledo, Illinois? It came out about a year ago.
Okay, let's say that I don't. I'm not familiar. Maybe I have not heard of this movie. Everything Fun You Could Possibly Do in Aledo, Illinois is a independent feature that's won some awards, right?
That was Christina's project.
You had nothing to do with that.
I had nothing to do with that except following Christina around with a camera and shooting some behind-the-scenes footage.
Oh, so you were involved.
Yeah, you had something to do with it.
Why is everything a riddle with you, Brad? Why are you so? I don't get it.
It's like
man.
Ruggles riddles.
Yes, that's what we're doing here. So you were involved to a degree, but really, this is safe to say that the movie is more of Christina's dream.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would have to say that Brad was pretty heavily involved. I think he was on set every single day. I think I was calling him, crying sometimes about different things that were going on that I couldn't figure out on set. So he's way more. He's not giving himself enough credit.
Okay, so what was this movie about? It just, I guess it
was about these two women. They're named Gabby and Brenda, and they are friends from high school. And one of them had moved away, and she'd come back for her high school reunion. They find each other again, and they go around town doing this bucket list of things that they had decided they wanted to do before they left for college, but never got around to it because one of them got pregnant. So it's a very fun story that kind of takes us all around Aledo and a lot of, the hot spots and fun memories of what it's like to be in high school and also a middle-aged woman.
Now, when you were a student at Aledo, were you a Green Dragon?
Sadly, I was not a student at Aledo. I actually grew up in Chicago, but my dad and uncle and all my Conway side of the family, they were Green Dragons for sure.
Okay.
Brad, where'd you go to school? Or are you going to give us...
I am a proud Green Dragon.
Okay, there you go.
I'm a Mercer County native. I was there pre-Mercer County Golden Eagles.
Through and through. So this movie where they're doing everything, it's available, by the way, on Amazon Prime Video if you want to check that out. Just as somebody who is not as steeped in Mercer County as you two. I mean, I think Rhubarb Festival, and then I think, I don't know what else there is to do. This movie is kind of a travelogue, and that's what the podcast is about to a degree?
I would say that the film is definitely about all the kind of ways that you can get in trouble in your hometown, and I think the podcast kind of builds upon that.
Okay, so was the movie scripted, or was it something of a a mockumentary or a documentary?
when we made the movie, we really wanted it's scripted. It's a scripted movie. However, we had lots of room in there for improvising, and we also filmed in what we were calling live locations in town. So we wouldn't shut things down like you would normally do in a movie and set decorated and all that. Whoever was there in the spot where we were filming, they probably had the chance to be in the movie. Maybe they were in it. And we definitely cast people from town. So it was kind of it's not really a documentary, but we definitely used real locations and real people doing real things that they do every day. So,
do you recommend that we watch the movie before we start the podcast, or can you enjoy the podcast independent of the movie?
I think that you can enjoy the podcast independent of the movie. I think that you'll get the characters. They're really fun, super fun characters. We've got a new character in the podcast named Leon, who can't seem to get himself out of trouble with either the sheriff or his wife. We've got a sheriff in there who's trying to keep the peace in town, and Brenda and Gabby, the friends from high school, and they've got a real estate agent, Max, who's come in from Chicago, who's settling into Aledo and making that his home. It's a really fun ensemble of people, and you don't need to watch the movie to kind of get it, but it's nice to once you like one of those stories, I think you might want to check out the other ones.
Do you think you'll ever have like Susie Boggess or Margot Price on the podcast?
Well, Susie's in it. Yeah.
Oh, she's in it.
So yes, the answer to your question is yes. We will have Susie there. She's our narrator. She helps take us through all the stories and guides us along as we go.
Christina, as someone who grew up in Chicago, and then when you go to Aledo, because that's where your dad is from, is there any sort of culture shock? What was it that surprised you the most about Aledo?
What I love about Aledo, it is the sense of community that is there, and I noticed it as a little kid, not living there. Maybe it's different when you actually live somewhere versus visit a lot, but just people are willing to help each other out and lend a hand more often than I ever see where I live. And I love that. I think it's really nice. It's refreshing. I wish everybody did that.
All right, so then you've visited Aledo pretty much all of your life.
Yes. Past 50 years, I've been visiting Aledo.
Brad, have you shared any of the stories of Aledo's seedy underbelly and some of the nonsense that has gone on in that town? And will that be part of the podcast?
I know one of the things that I told Christine about, that some of the illicit activities that went on when I was in high school may have made it into a scene in the Aledo movie. But we're not going to say what it was.
Okay.
I don't know what the statute of limitations is.
Inspired by real life Brad events. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
At any point, does anyone get their picture taken on the hood of a cop car? Is that part of the show?
No.
Okay. Too soon, Brad? Is it too soon for that?
You'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't see, because again, this is kind
of you'll hear.
This is a comedy podcast. How often are episodes going to come out, Christina?
We have 4 episodes, and they actually all will premiere at the same time, so that everyone can kind of get them all at once. So it'll be, if you're driving around for 4th of July weekend on a road trip, you can throw it on and listen to it, and so all 4 of them will drop at the same time.
4 episodes.
And one episode is about the time it would take you to drive from the Quad Cities to Aledo.
I see. I see.
So
you can binge listen to the whole series while you're doing your 4th of July driving, or whatever it is that you're doing while you got some time off. And I guess you have a lot of fun. You have a couple laps, and you actually do learn about cool things to do while you're there in Aledo, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Cool things. Cool things, fun things. Maybe some things that the sheriff would get and not be too pleased that you were doing, but yeah.
All right.
Okay, all right.
This sounds fantastic. We can't wait. It won't
be. You got to
be
watch the movie. You got to listen to the podcast.
There you go. Now the podcast again is not going to be available until next week. Where can we get it?
Right, June 25th. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, they'll drop it everywhere. if you want to keep up and just be notified, you can go to aledomovie.com, and we'll have links there. You can also sign up for a newsletter, and you'll just get it in your email as well. So
Now,
it'll be available.
If this is a hit, will there be another series, or at some point do you run out of things to do in Aledo?
No, never. You can never run out of things to do in Aledo. Brad is a fountain of ideas. He impresses me all the time. He's constantly sending me different stories we can do. No, this will go on forever and ever.
Do you guys?
I'm waiting for the email where Christina goes, just stop. That's enough. Stop.
Do you make mention of back in the day how the Orion Chargers always throttled the Aledo Green Dragons?
I don't recall that.
Well, the podcast is Brenda and Gabby's Absolutely Awesome Adventures in Aledo, Illinois. It'll drop next week. Christina Shaver and Brad Ruggles joined us here live on the Magic Screen. Thanks for the time. Good luck, and keep us up to date on what all is going on there in Aledo and all throughout Mercer County. Will you guys?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Darren.
It's Dave and Darren in the morning. It's real alternative radio, Planet 93.9. Why not take a break with us here? And then when we come back, it's music from Muse and Collective Soul, and, of course, the Storm Track 8 Weather Impact Forecast. All next on Real Alternative Radio, Planet 93.9.